Assalamu alaikum. Hey guys, I'm back and welcome all of you to my new video tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to do web scraping using a bunch of Python libraries. So before finally jumping into the tutorial, let me just introduce the term called web scraping for those who are not yet acquainted with it. So web scraping nowadays has become a very popular form of data extraction. So it just involves, some process like we need to find the URL from the website, URL of the website that we want to extract data from it. We need to inspect the particular page that the data has been stored in. And then we have to come up with a particular form of language. Like if you would like to use Python, you are welcome to watch this video. So the main objective of this tutorial is to extract the precipitation data of Florida of last couple of decades from a website. It's a huge data, so we just want to scrap it from the website. So let me just walk you through the website where I'm intending to extract data from. So this is the website and this is the data precipitation. The data is stored ranging from 1895 as of 2023. Although 2023 has some missing data, so we'll just process this once we just get it exported in our coding environment. So let's get it started without further delay. Now let's proceed on to import the essential libraries required for this project. First, let's start importing pandas as PD, followed by import numpy as np. Lastly, let's import matplotlib in case we need to visualize our scrapped data. So for that, matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. So let's run this. It means that our essential libraries have been successfully imported in our coding environment. So now the following step, let's define the data frame diff pd.read html, and here we need to insert the URL of the website that contains our data. This one. Paste it. Do not forget to enclose with inverted comma. So let's df. If you want to visualize it, use print function and pass the parameter called df. Look, the exact same table which was stored in this website have been imported here. So now let's explore something about this table. This website only contains one table. That's why we need to use the index system of 0. If it had multiple, more than one table, then we could have used index 1 2 3 4 5, something like that. So let's connect index 0 and try to see the first 5 rows of this data. These are the 5 rows of this data set. The same we can apply for tail, last 5 rows of this data set. Here you go. Now let's inquire how many rows and how many columns does contain this data set. This is already been here. However, let's use a different function. Print. Once again, you have to use the index system every time, as long as you are calling upon the data from the website, because first you need to give the command to the website, and website stored this table as a HTML format. So you need to connect with this data through index system in the website. So if you want to see the rows and column, you can use this save shape function. So let's run this. Look, the same. Here 130 rows and 14 columns are overall in this data set. Now I would like to see whether my data has any null value or not. So for that, we need to use a function called isNull, and followed by another function called sum. Let's run it. Look, here it displays some sort of, numbers. These numbers represent the column number of this data set, and these are the corresponding values to inform us the number of non-value corresponding to this column. So column number 1, this one 0, has no null value until column number 2. However, there are some null values we can see, and each column starting from 3 to 13 has each one null value. So we can remove this null value easily. So to remove the null value, there is a function called dropna that's we're gonna use. So first let's define a new data frame df, which will save the updated data without null value. So df is equal to df1 is equal to df, that is index 0 once again, followed by that function called dropna, and here we're gonna call the new data frame df. Let's try to run this. Now you can see these are the tail and these are the heads. So how could you be sure that your data is now free from the null value? Look at this row here. There were 130 rows. However, right now we have 129 rows. So the last rows which contain basically the null value that is removed based on this dropna function. So now it's time to save this data as a CSV file, because for last couple of minutes what we are doing based on the data calling upon from the website, we would like to secure this data and use it for our later purpose as a CSV file. So to save this data, let's call upon the latest data frame df1 and use the to_CSV function, and here you would like to give the name of your data frame, the new CSV file. So let's call it clean_rainfall, and you need to attach the format CSV. So once I run this, it is already saved in the home page as a CSV file. So let's inquire it, go back and search for clean rainfall CSV. This is 0 seconds, that means this is the data. Let's open this. These are the CSV format. You can also download it. Go here and go to file and download this. Look, let's open it. I can show you. Look, this is the newly saved CSV data which was stored in the website. However, right now we have harvested it using web scraping concept. So here, this data, here are some issues. So we need to get rid of this first row and first column, because this is unnecessary. When you will import it again to Python library, Python environment, using pandas. Pandas has automatically an indexing system. So if you still keep this row and column, it's gonna create some issues. So first let's get rid of this one. So delete this, and this one also delete this. Now let's save it. Okay, now let's save it with a new name, and then we're gonna import it again. So save it in your desired directory. For me, let's go tutorial, and where is web scraping? Let's name it new. Okay, so now let's come back to the coding environment. From here we're gonna upload that newly saved CSV file, and we'll work a little bit more on it. So to upload your CSV file, you will come to the home page and here the upload, and go to your directory here, and then search for web scraping. Where is this one? Let's upload it. So where is this one? Clean rainfall new CSV. Now come to the coding environment, and here we're gonna read first this file. In this time we're gonna read this using read underscore CSV. So let's name it df2 is equal to pd dot read underscore CSV, and here we will insert this file name, not this one. Here we're gonna add the new. So let's read, head from the newly saved and then uploaded clean rainfall data, and let's see how does it appear. Look, right now it is clear, and if we would like to read as tail, and let's see, these are the tail. Okay, now let's add a new column based on annual rainfall, and for that case I need to use if conditional. So I'm gonna add a new column called floods based on a threshold value that is obviously a hypothetical value. It is not true, not realistic. I'm just assuming, and I'm just thinking to add a new column based on an existing column called annual. So based on the rainfall value, I will add a new column called floods, and let's do this. So to add a new column, let's first call upon the df2 and use this floods, and I'm gonna insert the condition after the equal sign, and it should be enclose this third bracket. So let's first write the condition and then I will explain it. So I'm gonna say yes for flood if x is greater than 40 inches of annual rainfall, otherwise else no, and I'm gonna use the for loop x in df2, and then this for loop will be iterating in this column called annual. Annual, and let's enclose the third bracket. So let's briefly explain. I'm gonna add a new column called floods, and the attribute or value of this column will be based on this condition, and the value will be yes or no. if x is greater than 40, I mean x is nothing but the value of annual rainfall. If x is greater than 40, the value will be yes, and otherwise no. So now let's call upon df and try to run it. Look, there is a new column called floods has successfully added, and here all are showing with yes, but if we, let's say, as it is not realistic condition, hypothetical, so if I increase the threshold value up to 50 and run it, look, we can see different conditional output, no and yes. So this is kind of a string. However, you can use a binary value, 0 for no and 1 for yes. So for that case, let's replace this value with 1 for yes and 0 for no. So for that case, we're gonna use a new function called replace. So once again, df2, and here we're gonna call the floods column and replace it first yes, comma, no. It would be replaced with 1 and 0, and we should use the in place function is equal to 2. So I think I wrote it correctly. df is using the replace function, and I have inserted the parameters within the replace function. This is the existing value within this particular column called flags, and the one which are going to replace this one is 1 and 0, and that's it. Now let's print it and see how it is replaced or not. Look, the yes or no value has been replaced with 1 and 0. Now let's look at the visualization of data. How does it look like when we plot it using matplotlib? So if you'd like to customize your plotting, you should first import another library called RC params, that is runtime parameters. So let's first do it, and this library is found in default in matplotlib as well. So from matplotlib import RC params. Let's run it. It is imported. Now let's go ahead to plot first. Simple plot, plt dot plot. We're gonna plot the annual rainfall from our data. So here I need to call upon my data df final clean one, and then I will pass the column variable annual. Now let's run it. Look, this is the graph demonstrating rainfall of Florida from 1895 to 2022. We excluded 2023 because of the null value. So, but when you look at this data visualization, it doesn't have the X value label and Y label. So from this, we cannot understand anything that is meaningful. So to do this, let's modify and add the Y label and X label. So plot dot Y label. Y label is that should be rainfall in inch. So rainfall in inch, and plot dot X label let's be consistent with one inverted comma. In X label, that should be year. Okay, now if I would like to run, at least I can visualize this is rainfall and this is year, corresponding year. However, it is not still meaningful because there is no legend, and there is also something we can do the font size. So for that case, let's add here the font size r params font size that should be figure dot fig size. Okay, so let's modify the figure size, that means fig size. Let's 10 by 6. So first I run this one, this is run, and then let's run this one. Look, it is now bigger and more accessible to read and understand. So I can add the first one to make it more meaningful, that is legend. Plot dot legend. In between legend parameters, let's add a text called annual rainfall. That sounds great. And let's identify the font size. Font size is equal to, let's give it 11. So let's run it. Now it looks better than before. So this is one element I picked up from my data and I visualize it. However, you can just visualize multiple parameters simultaneously to compare. Let's say, let's pick up the January and February rainfall of all the years from 1895 to 2022. So for that case, let's copy and paste here. Here, let's call it January, and once again copy and paste, and we would call the later on February. And here we're gonna name the first one January, followed by second one February, and let's run it. Look, this is a comparison of precipitation or rainfall of Florida between all January and February months that fell in the range of 1895 to 2022. So this is a good way you can compare. So once you have speculated your data, you have inspected your data, it's good, then you can finally save your data to your desired directory as a CSV file. So this is a powerful tool, particularly pandas. So you can just web scrap from a particular website as a HTML file, and then you can manipulate, analyze, adding, subtracting any source of mathematical calculations or analysis, even data visualization are possible based on this data. So now let's finally save this data to a new name. So let's copy this one, and here df2 and final. If you run, it is already saved. So go to the home page, and here clean rainfall final. So you can open it and even download it. So this is a cool way that you can try web scraping. This video tutorial is all about. So that's all for the time being. I hope you guys have liked this video. If you have, please do subscribe to my channel. I will come up with another new video. Till then, bye bye. Allah Hafiz.